Let's bring in Nadia El Bilassi in Dubai, Senior Market Analyst at the Equity Group. Nadia, thank you very much indeed for joining us here at TRT World. We've just crunched a few numbers there and gone through some of the results of this conflict in the Middle East. What's your assessment of how things stand right now in terms of oil prices and the markets?
Thank you for having me. Obviously, we've seen a sharp rise in oil prices since last week. On Friday, we've seen a rise by 7% in Brent crude oil, and followed by a 4% rise yesterday. So obviously, the Strait of Hormuz being under pressure, or that it counts for 20% of the 20 to 30% of the flow of oil. So that being under pressure really is giving markets a bit of a struggle or worrying markets, let's say. So that's why oil prices are sharply, because it could disrupt, obviously, the oil supply in the near term. However, there hasn't been major disruptions yet, but near the Strait of Hormuz, there has been a lot of clashes and also tank clashes as well. So that is pressuring definitely how investors are seeing oil prices, and that's why it could actually take oil prices all the way to $100 a barrel, and that's the kind of streak that we're seeing in the markets right now. Although there's a bit of a balance right now between safe haven demand and oil prices, but we are seeing that oil prices are still carrying on with going up amid the rising geopolitical tensions.
Yeah, you mentioned safe haven, central banks certainly rushing to those assets. Gold, of course, over the dollar. I mean, how much of that can be put down to this most recent conflict in the Middle East? And how much of that is with this increasing uncertainty over what the US is doing in terms of its trade and tariffs?
Well, of course, on the back of rising trade tariffs, and also on the back of everything that's going on in terms of data, rising inflation, uncertainty, trade war, all the things that we're seeing in the global markets right now. These are all things just to add to safe haven demand. And of course, the uncertainty whether war is going to continue to escalate or not. And that is definitely going to affect more the Middle East region. And that's why they're increasing with the gold reserves. There's enough reasons for gold prices to continue its uptrend, and we're still on an uptrend regardless of minimal corrections that we might see along the way.
Yeah, volatility, uncertainty, Nadia, it certainly makes your job of predicting what's going to happen more difficult, but it also keeps it interesting. Thank you very much indeed for your analysis today. Enjoyed that. Thank you.
Thanks so much.